Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. How Warriors' summer of discovery shaped franchise's greatness. Inasmuch as the Warriors not so long ago were a microscopic dot on the national sports landscape with a loyal but seemingly cursed fan base, their rise to global phenomenon and the most valuable team in the NBA is the most stunning in recent American sports. It was only 10 summers ago that the Warriors' ascent went from slow and steady to swift and steep. All the way to the top, mostly because the essential members of the franchise were furious. Golden State CEO Joe Lacob was exasperated with his coach, Mark Jackson, and replaced him with Steve Kerr in May 2014. The players, led by Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala, initially were unenthusiastic about the coaching change, as Jackson had led Golden State to its best two-year run in 22 years. Moreover, they were unanimously outraged after losing in 7 games to the Los Angeles Clippers in a turbulent first-round NBA playoff series. "We fought so hard this whole series, this whole season," Curry said after the Warriors were eliminated. "It stings." The intensity of that series, there was a post-game confrontation after Game 7 at Staples Center, lit a fuse that stayed with the Warriors all summer, into training camp, throughout the season and into the 2015 playoffs. Curry already had blossomed into a star. Klay Thompson had become a potent two-way weapon. Draymond Green realized he was a legitimate impact player. Veterans Andrew Bogut and Iguodala were convinced the Warriors were ready to become championship contenders. Kerr was hired 11 days after the Warriors were ousted. 2 months after that, general manager Bob Myers signed free agent Sean Livingston, giving the team a third productive guard behind Curry and Thompson. In mid-September, Myers heeded Kerr's recommendation to sign free agent Leandro Barbosa as the fourth guard. Kerr, a first-time coach, eased his transition by coaching Golden State's Summer League squad in Las Vegas and by arranging one-on-one meetings with veterans, even going to Australia to visit Bogut. "That was huge," Bogut told NBC Sports Bay Area in 2019. "I can assure you not many coaches would do that." Kerr flew to Seattle to observe Seahawks coach Pete Carroll's approach to an NFL training camp. Kerr stole Carroll's use of music to lighten moods, allowing players to take turns as DJ of the day. Devoted to preparation and knowing the culture he wanted to build with the Warriors, Kerr was ready for his first training camp. His top assistants, Alvin Gentry for the offense, Ron Adams for the defense, were respected 60-something veterans steeped in experience. In a matter of days, the Warriors, sweating to the beat and seeing positive results in real time, were fully engaged. Still annoyed with their quick elimination from the playoffs, they were seeing paths to improvement and quickly bought into the new regime. The confidence built from back-to-back playoff appearances, and the fervent belief that both runs should have been extended, was augmented by a level of certitude they had not known in the NBA. Which, along with their collective inner rage, gave birth to a dynasty. "I inherited a really good team, smart and with a lot of talent," Kerr told NBC Sports Bay Area in May. Golden State Warriors told why not to trade for Chicago Bulls star. "The Golden State Warriors need to make something happen if they want to compete for the championship moving forward and get the most out of Steph Curry's remaining prime." Klay Thompson left the Bay Area this summer, but they were not successful in signing a proper replacement for the franchise legend. It is believed that they had tried to engineer a trade for Paul George as well, but were unsuccessful in finding an agreement with the Los Angeles Clippers over a deal. As a result, the Warriors have been linked with plenty of players in recent times. It remains to be seen what they decide to do. But Zach LaVine might not be the answer to their problems. While the Warriors could do with another player who can score 20-plus points every night, there are doubts about whether the Chicago Bulls star would fit their system. Andy Bailey named the Warriors as the worst landing spot for LaVine in the article Best and Worst Landing Spots for NBA's Top Trade Targets on Bleacher Report. Bailey wrote, that game, which is more hooper than basketball player, would be trickier to assimilate into a Warrior scheme that has long emphasized ball and player movement. There's a lot less your turn, my turn in Golden State. And though that offense probably needs some juice, too, LaVine probably isn't the right source of it. It would be safe to say that most Warriors fans would urge them against the idea of trading for LaVine as well. LaVine is a great player on his day, but there are limitations to his game. Add to that his recent injury record and massive $215 million contract, which will see him make $138 million over the next 3 seasons, and it is not hard to see why the Bulls could struggle to find a new home for him. The Bulls are clearly trying to kick off a rebuild, and for that to be a success, they need to part ways with LaVine. As a result, LaVine's name has been part of the trade grapevine for a long time now, and yet, as we head towards 24-25 season, he looks set to pull on the Bulls jersey once again. Proposed Lakers trade gets sizable haul for LeBron James at 40. The Los Angeles Lakers recommitted to LeBron James with a 2-year, $104 million extension and by drafting his eldest son, Bronny James. But before they got here, things nearly unraveled at the February trade deadline when Lakers owner Jeanie Buss did not quickly turn down Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob's call for James and instead deferred the decision to the superstars' camp, according to ESPN. If things go awry again this season for the Lakers, the Warriors are expected to make the calls again. Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes imagined what a Warriors package for James could look like. Golden State Warriors receive, LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers receive, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Kevin Looney, 2026 first-round pick, 2028 first-round pick, 2030 first-round pick, 1-20. The cost here is exorbitant, especially considering James is entering his age 40 season. Golden State is giving up all of the first-round equity it has left, swaps excluded, along with a potential star in Kuminga. And yet it still seems as if the Lakers would only consider taking back a package like this if James expressly demanded to be traded, Hughes wrote. Hughes said, the odds of a trade like this actually happening might seem like they're somewhere in the 1,000,000-to-1 neighborhood, but if for some reason it would go down, the Lakers would bet set up for a post-LeBron era. Hughes' proposed Warriors package is as complete as it gets with a former All-Star wing that could help them in the interim and young players, plus distant draft picks that could set them up for the future. Wiggins and Kuminga could make the D'Angelo Russell-Austin Reeves backcourt more playable with their athleticism to cover up defensive ground in the perimeter, while Anthony Davis becomes the focal point on both offense and defense. According to Substack's NBA insider Mark Stein, it was James' powerful agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports, who nixed the talks before they even got past the exploratory stage. It is believed that the Lakers would have reluctantly entertained trade conversations with the Warriors before last February's trade deadline if James wanted them to seriously engage Golden State on a potential deal. Yet league sources say that the reported talks between the teams at the time never got that far, in large part because James' agent, Rich Paul, was adamantly opposed to the idea of James swapping Southern California for Northern California, Stein wrote on August 18. Paul was protective of James' image, according to Stein. Sources say Paul implored both teams to scrap the concept, despite some owner-to-owner dialogue between the Warriors' Joe Lacob and the Lakers' Jeanie Buss and Green's determination to lobby James to push for relocation to the Bay Area, largely because he wanted to insulate James from potential backlash over switching teams for the 4th time in his career, Stein wrote. James went on record, revealing the trade talks did not reach him until it was reported. The trade talks, didn't go far at all, James said on TNT's Inside the NBA broadcast on February 18. I actually heard about it when everybody else heard about it. Obviously, Charles Barkley has been in the league, Kenny Smith has been in the league, Shaq has been in the league, and sometimes there's conversations that happen behind closed doors that you don't even know about. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of LeBron James? Leave your opinion in the comments.